he did mention CM Punk, but it was going along with the whole situation, because so he's like, I went through all of this, I left WWE, I came to AEW, and CM Punk handpicked me to work with him, and that was basically validation for him, and that was his whole point of even mentioning CM Punk. And I guess he did use the words that he's no longer in the company, and whether he misspoke or whether, or whatever, people focus on that one tiny little part when that's not at all what Stokely was even trying to say. He was just saying, after all of this, somebody of that person's caliber wanted to work with me. They handpicked me to work with me. And for what? And he was like, I'm not picking. He's like, people are picking sides. He's like, I'm not. I'm just saying this was a situation. We were supposed to work with him. He's no longer here. And so now we're trying to find our footing, and we're trying to figure everything out. And he was like, and that's literally, he mentioned CM Punk just in that context, and everybody took the stuff because his words were CM Punk is no longer in the company, which, whether he misspoke, maybe he just meant CM Punk is no longer here. He's not here currently, but people ran with it.
It's ridiculous. It's clickbait. I mean,
so, yeah, it was clickbait.
That's why I really appreciated the fact that, like, and we'll retweet it again if we haven't, from our Powerbombshells tweeter.
Yeah, I tweeted it earlier. Down. I'll retweet it again.
I really appreciated the fact, and you brought it up in a group we were in, and even Garrett was like, I noticed that first, like, because it was like a lot of people, they jumped straight on, like I said, pardon my French, but click whores going out there for the clickbait, with the spin and with the CM Punk thing, and totally missing the point of
And so
there's more and more male wrestlers opening up about this stuff,
right. Especially a black wrestler.
As a woman who has a man in her life who, it's hard for men to admit and deal and be treated properly. And
then you also have
infrastructure for men to take care of their mental health.
Right. And then you have somebody like Stokely, who is known for his personality. He's known for his humor. He's known for being happy.
But that's coping.
Right. I mean, exactly. And so
I'm not someone who uses humor to cope with my personal
who does that?
anxiety and personal mental health issues. But if you were someone that might do that, people might misconstrue that as you being pretty well adjusted.
Right. And like he said, he was like, I leaned into
that makes it hard.
The humor. And it does.
And he
said
it's easy to hide there because it's hard to face mental illness.
Well, he even said, like, I don't say anything on social media because I don't think people would be like, who cares? And I felt like that was one of the things I kind of took away from this, is he seemed to believe that nobody would care. Like anybody who are fans of his AEW viewers, that they wouldn't care that he suffers with whatever mental health issues this is. And so I hope that by coming forward with his journey, and I hope that he understands that people do care about him. We do care about his mental health. That's why we're talking about it. Like we care about Stokely, and we care about we've talked about mental health several times on this show. We have people in our lives that have different things going on with their own mental health. And so it is something that is isolating and makes you feel alone, but then there are so many people who deal with it. And so and that was my whole point when I shared the article. This is how we destigmatize mental health. We talk about it.
We're getting better. We keep doing it with all of mental health. And then men's mental health is something that it's just like women's physical health is lacking. Men's mental health is lacking.
Right.
But there's these things that go on where it's like we treat the one like the one and the one like the other. And it's like, no, that's not how it functions. And
exactly.
Men are literally like beaten over the head with don't be emotional. And that's not a real world to live in.
No, it isn't.
But and it's great that especially I'm glad that you latched onto it and brought it up. You've got Eddie Kingston, you've got Jon Moxley, you've got Stokely Hathaway, you've got people that represent multiple kinds of men from multiple kinds of backgrounds.
Exactly. Yeah.
And like I said, I know personally that it helps me to say, well, that guy is cool with talking about his mental
Right.
health, and
Mhm.
he's not cool with it. It's not
Right.
easy.
Of
But
course
he is
not.
trying to share his experience so that I was listening to someone recently and they were like, ask for help and understand that there are people out there that do care about you, like you just said. And I think that's, yeah, it's too bad that people decided to completely miss the point of what he was saying because I get it. It's the biggest story of the year, but the year's
Sure.
almost over, and I think we
Right.
can let it go, and we're all resetting, and everybody's breaking up, and
Yeah. And then you see, and it was nice to see, like, Stokely was out on TV, like,
yes,
right after that. So it was nice to see him.
awesome.
He was at work.